I'm your host, Trev, and these are my guests, starting all the way over on my right, Katie, Jeremy, the Rhinus, Jed, and Vanessa. Of course, tonight we're talking about The Watchers on the Wall, episode 9 of season 4.
All wall.
All wall, baby.
All wall, no ball.
Oh, okay. So I want to start this out by saying, after last week, seeing the preview of the next episode, I was kind of apprehensive. Thought it might be a little boring, just all stuff going on at the wall.
The preview was kind of bad. It was like really short, weird clips of almost nothing.
Right. But this episode did not disappoint.
Oh my God.
It brought it on.
Oh my God.
Every possible angle.
It was super death time. It was super death.
Super death time. Well, it would have to be.
I know.
It would simply have to be.
Big showdowns this week. It was like showdowns and ultra cool deaths. And that was the motif of the night, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tough guys versus tough guys. There was a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And really epic stuff, too. Holy cow.
The scene around the campfire with Ygritte and Tor and the Thanes and
Boss
so forth.
Thane, yeah.
Magnar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Captain
pretty interesting.
Battleaxe?
Having Ygritte basically, have her loyalty and her grit questioned
Yet again.
later.
Yeah.
Yet again.
Freaking the Fen Warg with the owl.
Oh, that was a nice
Creepy.
thing.
Creepy as hell.
I like seeing more wargs from north of the wall.
Ever notice like when any of the other wargs, even the wildly wargs, are warging out, they look like they're straining or just it's almost painful. He's just stone faced, like he was.
Maybe it's because of his animal.
Maybe it's because he's freaking
Well,
man.
birds are supposed to be harder, though, so that he's obviously a very experienced ward.
It was still creepy as hell. It was creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But for her to lay the claim that she was going to, bring down fire arrows on anybody that tried to engage Jon Snow, that was kind of some nice setup.
Jon Snow is mine.
Anyone else tries to kill him, I'll have an arrow for them.
We'll talk about the fight on the outside of the wall here, and then we'll talk about the fight on the inside of the wall. Besides that, there were some nice scenes between Meister Aemon and Sam.
Yeah.
That was kind of good.
Lots of character development for Sam.
Yeah.
Surprising amount of character
Yeah.
development
Yeah.
for such a battle-heavy episode.
Right?
Yeah. Charlie Tough Guy there tonight.
I've never heard you swear before. Well, get used to it.
I'm not nothing anymore.
Vanessa, what did you think about the battle on the outside of the wall?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, you could definitely... There was a stupid move when they didn't wait for them to come close before shooting their arrows and letting them see exactly how far their arrows could reach. And why did they not drop the pitch on the mammoth sooner? Like, they waited for him to get hooked up.
The mammoth didn't get that close at first, so I don't think it ever got close enough for them to drop the oil down.
I thought it was
on the
smart of
mammoth.
them to do it once it was hardest up.
Yeah.
It's in one place.
Well,
And then it freaks it out and it ran away.
Well, the thought I had is that if it freaked it out, now it's like fighting for its life, trying to pull away from this gate. Like it might suddenly have a much better chance of pulling the gate.
Yeah, they hit a lucky
Right.
spot that
Well,
actually
it worked
Would have
for
burnt
them.
the ropes anyways.
Right, it burned right
Yeah.
through the ropes. So.
Which is lucky.
I thought it was interesting when Alistair Thorne kind of had that moment. Oh, go ahead, Jon Snow. Tell me I was wrong about not sealing the fucking gate.
Yeah.
And he
His
just.
attempt to be nice.
Do you know what leadership means, Lord Snow? It means that the person in charge gets second-guessed by every clever little twat with a mouth.
His half-ass, not even half-ass.
And you can go back to hating me, and I can go back to wishing that your wildling bitch had finished the job. Like, wow, way to be a cock right to the end.
It was his way of being nice.
Very bad.
Yeah.
His way.
And Alistair Thorne.
My way!
Oh,
I was gonna say, mind you, his name is Alistair Thorne. A man like
He's a
that is
thorny
probably
man.
not very nice.
So he's prickly. But no, going back, you guys were talking about you said not pitch, dropping the pitch on the Mammoth and so forth earlier, there seemed to be a lot of questionable battling going on the top of the wall.
Right.
I mean, it's obviously it's like a regimented group and they follow orders and stuff.
They were
but
different guys.
once the arrows started loosing, though, I would figure that they wouldn't need to be told every individual time that they needed to knock and loose another arrow, right?
It's more at that point if there's people that I can shoot. You should probably just
Keep shooting them.
Yeah.
Keep shooting.
Yeah.
Is this a fire at will scenario at this point?
I mean, later on in the inside of the wall, I believe Sam said, "Oh, did we win? Are they all dead? No.
Really? Keep shooting.
Yeah.
Well, have at her, you know."
Well, I noticed that they finally used the ballista to kill the one giant, but why weren't they using it the whole time? Trying to kill them.
Like, hey, look, there's a giant! Get the big arrows and start firing at them!
Hey, check out that mammoth.
Maybe we should start shooting that thing before it gets to the wall.
Speaking
Just
of arrows,
saying.
the giant's arrow that shot that guy.
I love the setup for that was awesome.
Yeah.
Like the wildling like pulls one back and then the freaking giant pulls one back and we're all you just know what's coming. You just know what's coming.
Down.
He like looses a harpoon at the damn wall. Touchdown! Yeah, right? That is like the hardest offing of a red shirt in this show that I've ever seen. Like, ah! That guy was going for a fucking ride.
Oh, and then when they showed it land, like, oh, and everyone's like, oh shit! Oh shit!
That was tight. That was probably my favorite part of the show.
That was great.
That giant arrow was just like yes, that was just metal all the way through.
I really loved when Alistair Thorne decided to go back down to the battle down on the ground, and he left Jano Slint in charge of things down there. You got to see what a spineless little weasel Jano Slint really is.
That's why he did
It's
it.
terrible.
Oh,
I feel
it was just great.
he should die.
It was-
what Alice
I was waiting for when
You think it was kind of
Yeah.
like, well, you can die up here, Janice. Like, you think Alistair knew exactly how worthless he was?
Yep.
No discipline. No training. Gang of thieves, that's all this is.
There are no such thing as giants. There
Go
were
back to
apes and
Hogwarts,
retainers.
Right. Well, at that point when
The
he
two
said,
giants were walking toward the wall.
at that point when he says that, was anybody else besides me like just somebody fucking throw him off the
Seriously,
wall?
really?
Bye. Just
Well,
like-
luckily Gren was like, hey, I was told that your mom's calling you. You gotta go home.
Yeah, go
Like, your
home.
mom-
Dinner is ready, and you gotta go.
Yes, down below.
Yeah.
Gone. Bye.
Lots of field promotions going on this
Pow,
episode.
pow, 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 pow. Yeah.
Dolores Ed, though, when he took command finally, and he was like, what the fuck do I do? But then finally they're climbing up the wall, and he's like,
Drop the side, boys!
Oh,
That's
God.
was nuts.
I like to
That-
let those fucker up.
Yes.
was dumb.
When they dropped
That
that
was
chain
so
thing,
bad.
I thought it was just a controlled avalanche at first, and then
Right.
they had
Yeah.
it hooked up to the chains, and
They're just
then you see that freaking pendulum come down. I was like, yes, 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 yes.
And the
Oh,
face
so
of that
good.
wildling before it hit him was just priceless.
Oh.
Arm-hanging shot, beauty.
And I'll include it with this section just because it's kind of more on that side. The holding of the gate. Gren and Gren Grailer's a few
Best
to go
friend.
down and face the giant who's crazy with rage strength as he manages to single-handedly lift up that gate.
By the way, about that.
Yeah, it was rage strength, man. I mean, he had suffered
pissed.
a deep personal loss just suddenly.
He just
there.
lost his mammoth
There's,
and
like-
his best friend.
There's not very many giants left at all.
Oh, and he took one down.
I still say poop.
But
Why didn't they bring arrows? Like, I get the arrows weren't really working, but you could still bring, like...
Well, he may
Especially like
he
he's coming right at you.
Slowed him
He
down.
has over
Yeah.
2 dozen arrows in him already. He says something like that.
None of them were in his face though. I still you shoot that
Yeah, you
giant in
Light
the
the fire
face.
on fire or something.
classic face tactics, but as Jon Snow said later, they held the gate.
They
Right.
did.
Yeah.
They did.
They were able to kill the giant.
Another point on
They
the
did kill the
whole
giant.
outside of the wall part. One of my favorite parts is the archers going like vertical, shooting
yeah.
straight down the damn wall.
That was
Oh my god, vertigo hit me when that happened. I'm like, oh god, oh god. they're just loosing them straight down the wall. That was awesome.
So
that was
smart.
super awesome.
It was awesome.
It was like the smartest thing that they were
those
doing.
type of things
Mhm.
on the wall.
What'd you say?
It was awesome to know that they had that type of stuff ready.
Yeah, that they were prepared.
Yeah.
I mean, I
They
guess
thought of it all.
they've had this wall
How
for a long
else
time.
decide to get up the wall?
What else are they gonna do?
That speech was
except
given
think
for
about
a
that
reason. They hold the wall very damn well.
Right, they've been
Exactly.
doing this for
100 generations.
Thank you.
Never fallen before! She will not fall tonight!
Okay, now moving on to the battle on the inside of the wall.
Showdown Central, dude. Oh, Lord.
Tough guys versus tough guys.
All right, let's break. Should we, Trevor? Do you think we should break down the?
Yeah, Brandis, let's go with your top face down moment.
Oh man, the top face down moment, straight to the ultra spoiler. This guy right here going into the skull of Boss Then, dude. Oh my god! You thought Snow was toast. You thought Snow was toast, and then all of a sudden he like reaches back, flailing, gets a hold of this bad boy, and boom. It was so great.
The little crushing in of the skull effect that they had.
You just watch this actually. It was so good.
Very
Yeah, that
visual.
was nuts.
Jon Snow, 2 awesome kills in this season.
Jon Snow should have been dead this episode.
Probably. He used
Yeah.
a chain at one point.
Which
Yeah.
is metal.
Yeah.
Totally awesome.
That was nuts.
And that's when he got the face plant to the anvil.
That gave me some flashbacks from yesterday or from last week. That gave me some last week flashbacks. I expected John to come up with
We don't talk about
teeth
last
broken
week.
out or something. It was.
Well, he
I
had
thought
spit
we were.
blood on his face.
Yeah, that was a nice move. But I really liked that fight and the way that he spit the blood because it kind of had that symmetry back with his fight at Craster's, where he was told about the dangers of not fighting dirty. And how the fighting dirty gave you an
And he
advantage,
spit
and
in
then
his
he was the
face,
one who
yeah.
spit in somebody else's face and then won. So it was like he's definitely learning.
Yeah,
as he
do what
goes
you gotta
along,
do.
you know?
It's left for death, yo.
Of course, there was the Tormund Giant's Bane and Alistair Thorne fight.
Was that your favorite?
It wasn't really my favorite, but it definitely stood out to me. I wanted to see. It was kind of a hard thing because I'm like not on Tor's side. He's a sweet character, and I'm technically on Alistair's side, but I fucking hate him.
Yeah, you just want to see him eat it.
You kind of want them to just like kill each other. Like that would be kind of a
That
thing
was
against
started
them.
over.
Can nobody win this fight? That'd be great.
Yeah.
The fight was really awesome, though.
Oh yeah.
It was sweet.
For like the
Both
beginning, I
seasoned
really
fighters.
thought it was going to go farther than that. It ended too.
Yeah, it did end too quickly. I thought that after Alistair fell off, he would have a minute, and then Tormund would come down, and Alistair would keep fighting him. You know?
No, they just ended up
He got
dragging
drug
him
off
into
by
the
little
cave.
boys into like a hole.
Hey, they had.
Come under the porch!
Yeah, Jesus.
Of course, Egret was extremely active in the inside. We saw her personally cut down a
Jesus,
baker's
at least a dozen,
At least a
yeah.
baker's dozen.
She's firing back
Hey,
their own
she
arrows.
did not have any arrows in her quiver when you see her.
At
She
the
was
end.
running around,
Very
she was
end.
holding them with her
She-
bow.
Yeah.
She had the Legolas complex.
Killed him.
She killed Pip.
Bye.
Bye. Grand
Kind of a
bye,
useless
Pip.
guy.
Bye.
And then she gets offed by a kid. Waka waka.
Yeah.
Archer through the heart, by the way. Is that a word? I made it up. It's a word now.
It's all Sam's fault that she's dead.
She had to die. That's all there was to it.
Well, one of them had to die.
Yeah.
And I think
They couldn't have been together.
Hey, you know what they say?
They were-
He who hesitates dies. It applies to she, too, because she hesitated. Thunk. Oops. Arrow in your heart.
So, as a girl, I do want to bring in that I'm really happy that Ingrid and Snow got to have their final moments and they realized where they stood with each other.
Hey, everybody,
Before
stop
she
battling
dies.
around these two people,
Yeah.
alright? Everybody be quiet.
They got to have their moment before she
Yeah,
dies.
you didn't even hear swords clanking or
No.
anything.
You could see somebody just standing there swaying in the background, slightly blurred out.
It's like,
They're just watching it
Yeah.
happen.
No, Janos Slint, he goes down to where Gilly is, and, everyone, when we were watching it, we all thought, oh no, something sexy against her will is going to happen.
oh no.
And then they cut back, and he's just hiding in the fucking corner.
Pissing himself, most likely.
Yeah.
what a little mouse.
Janos.
That's actually one of my disappointments in this episode. Really wish as we said it while we were watching it, as he's running through the halls there, I'm like, oh, please tell me this guy gets offed this episode. No, of course not. This is Game of Thrones. The people you don't like live.
Oh my god, why couldn't just one of those random thens just fucking run by and just like slide a knife in between his
Why
bones,
couldn't he have tried to rape Gilly and then she just kill him?
That would have been
I would have accepted any
This is acceptable. But then of course Jon Snow, then his plan now becomes I'm gonna kill Mance Rayner.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But before I do that, let me leave my awesome sword behind.
Why? That was the dumbest. Why?
Well, he doesn't want to live now that Ygritte's dead.
Because he knows nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, at least we got one more, you know, nothing does.
Yeah, that was
No,
awesome.
exactly,
We were
he
calling
has
that
nothing
too.
to live for, so he wants to go and kill this person and nothing's gonna stop him because he doesn't care that if he dies or not.
Anybody got a death prediction for next week?
Not Tyrion.
Ah! Suck it, world!
Yeah.
He's not gonna die. Get over it.
He's the serial killer's favorite.
He's
Serial
undeniable.
killer's favorite.
We can assume that he's probably safe. Or can we?
I want my viewers to be afraid.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thanks for joining us this week for the Small Council. Come back next week and we will be breaking down the finale. Thanks for watching.
Peanut butter disaster.